Hey guys, Crew Bomber back. I'm Rick.
I'm Maggie.
And we're back with Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Last time on,
we met the Laughing Man for the first time.
Not
as
really.
Close as we could to. I mean, in this world, it's really going to count if you didn't physically meet someone.
I suppose. We were introduced to the Laughing Man. The biggest cyber attack since the war. Happened like 6 years ago. Still hasn't been cracked. But now he's back. Because in order to cover things up, the corporations seems like they
own the cops.
At least the chief.
They're working with them.
Like hacked or placed in illegal interceptors into the cops so that they could literally watch their every move.
And that could just like wipe out, like put an umbrella up right over their eyes. Like that's
why you've got to pee with your eyes closed.
That explains a lot.
Just in case.
I'm so worried about Bato. It's like, you don't stick your cord in a random computer that crazy guys use.
It's usually not a good idea. It worked out for Major with the tank. But yeah, I don't know. So he said, like, I'll go down in the history books as the Laughing Man after this. Does that mean that he's not the Laughing Man? Or does that just mean, like...
Look, someone else has much better branding than he does.
Maybe. Or does he mean it to say, like, you know, I don't know, Edward saying, like, I'll go down as Edward the Great after this, you know?
Well, he specifically said he did not make that threat, but he's...
Well, he did, but Chief postulated that the police themselves did that in order to, like, get all the fervor and the news off from the interceptors.
Yeah.
Like, now let's talk about the Laughing Man being back and, like, taking over these CEOs and threatening them. Let's not talk about the interceptors or any of that stuff.
But the Now guy is using the interceptors. And he's apparently got them in lots of people. Not just the ones... I don't know. Those were probably detectives on that case, too?
Well, the thing is...
Yeah, they probably were.
Like, maybe he just has access to them. Like, I think the corporation might have put them in everyone. But now he's just backdooring into the bad stuff that they're doing. And using it to his advantage. I think. Because I don't know how he would get the interceptors in them. Because it seems like it's a surgical procedure.
Yeah.
It's not something you can just hack. Unless he can hack like a doctor robot or something.
I mean, yeah. If he can cyber hack the brains, like a doctor. Yes, you also need this other shot. Like.
Maybe. I don't know. It seems like most of the stuff... Like, he just uses the bad things that other people were doing against them. So I'm not sure if he would do that to these innocent detectives. Because, like, some of the detectives are on the payroll of the corpse, but I don't think they all are.
No, because one's dead.
Well, yeah, one's dead, and...
One.
It seemed like most of them did not know that they had these things in them. Mm-hmm. These interceptors. I'm trying to figure out, like... What is his plan? He's sending out a hack now, but what's it gonna do? Like, he said that wasn't the message, so I don't think he's going to kill the board members.
I don't know. I'm feeling that... I don't know. This just seems like one of the things that you're not gonna know exactly what he could want until the show basically tells us. Just because we really don't know what all could be on the line. Like, we find out about new technology and new, like, privacy issues and new laws every single day.
These episodes remind me a lot of Grandmaster Hex from Cowboy Bebop. Where, like, the Gate Corporation or whatever, like, wasn't adhering to safety standards or listening to the advice of this guy who said, like, this is all going to go wrong. Mm-hmm. And so he hacked into all of them. And, like, then set up a hack for it to happen, like, 50 years later or something. And then they had to, like, go and find him again. But I wonder if, like, Bebop got that from this. Because, like, Ghost in the Shell manga was before Bebop. But I think the Bebop anime was before this anime. I think. But I'm not sure.
I don't know.
It does kind of remind me
But
of it,
that does sound like a cool idea. Like having something that's going to happen way in the future. Especially since, like, he had access to all those people in high levels. Their cyber brains. Like, so long ago. It seems like, especially since there's still the people in control now. It's like...
If that's even the case, because it seemed like here that maybe there was two separate people or things happening at the same time. There was like the hacker, and then there was the guy who took the CEO hostage. Like those maybe are not the same thing. But it's a really cool idea, and it just shows how pervasive that cybernetics are. Like hacking everyone in real time to hide your mask as a criminal.
Yeah, the fact that only 2 homeless people did not have any cybernetics. It's like we were talking before, it's like how pervasive are cybernetics in this world? Like, is it still something where we saw an episode ago where a guy died very, very young because his family, the religion was super against it. But is that an extreme outlier in this world? It kind of sounds like it, at least in the city.
Yeah, at least there was just the 2 homeless people.
In which case there's a great, like, gap in there. Like,
yeah, I mean, they're still homeless, apparently, in this future.
More and more realistic every day.
I'm not sure where the Major went to, like, do her research. I don't know what that place was. It seemed like an illicit place.
Because they were scantily clad?
Yeah.
And because they had a huge beanbag?
It's a huge bed, but yeah. I don't know.
Room for friends?
I suppose. But yeah, she hadn't been there in a while. I don't know. I'm curious to learn about the Major. Like, what does she do in her off time?
She has fun.
What kind of person is she? Like,
I mean, I don't know. She looked at them with fondness.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. Especially when they were like asleep on the bed. I don't know. It was, it's like, oh, puppies. You know? It's like adorable. But it's not in a like, oh, I'm going to take a picture of this and hold it over their heads later or something like that. It's just more like, aw. Like if you stay up late and working on something and you realize that, oh, Evie fell asleep underneath the desk or something. It's like, aw, better put her to bed.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily know if it's actually like a familial relationship or just, you know.
I mean, if you're as awesome as she is, I imagine, like, you fill the role of the protector.
Yeah.
In a lot of your relationships.
Yeah.
Probably. Also, like how she said, like, instead of I feel it in my gut, I feel it in my ghost.
Yeah.
Like, I feel it in my soul that this thing is right. That the chief is right about the, like, police being involved heavily, even now.
I'm a little worried about, like, if they've got everybody on the team has cybernetics except for Togaza.
Mm-hmm.
And he's very far from the action going to go down with the not surgeon general. Secretary General?
It was like Superintendent General.
Superintendent General. Mm-hmm. I keep thinking Surgeon General. I'm getting confused. And then they say that again. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's not surgeon. Duh. I don't know why. But anyway. Good episode.
No, good.
I need to see the next.
It's going to continue on. So, 3-parter already. Like, I wonder how much further it's going to go. Is it going to wrap up next time? Or
maybe we had all of our, like, intro episodes and they're finally like, okay, guys, it's time for an arc.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's been really good. Let's continue. Subscribe and get notified as they come out week to week, along with all the other videos that we're releasing. Or if you just can't wait, you can head over to patreon.com/blindwave, where you can check out the next 4 reactions right now. Not just to this, but to all of the 9 live reactions that we're doing. So go check that out, support us, and we'll see you guys next time.